Hey, it's Nick Einach with Champ School and Randy Taylor, a friend of ours, a neighbor of ours, and two bicycles, because we get this question all the time. It's even a question that Randy asked when she started to play on our dirt bikes. How could I get better at this in less time? How could I be safer in less time? And that's a question that we get at the school constantly, and this will be a great shortcut to getting better. So Randy, your motorcycling experience, where are you?
Just pretty much what I've done with you.
Okay.
My parents both done like the Gold Wings, you know, through my years in school and stuff, but I've never rode.
So you rode on the back with them and had fun, enjoyed it,
Yeah.
obviously enjoyed it. And then you showed up here and we put you on some dirt bikes. But before we got on the dirt bikes, we played with the bicycles, didn't we?
Yes.
Did that help you?
It did. It did.
I thought so too. Randy's has a passion to ride. She's actually extremely good coordinated person. Everything she does well, goes bowling and kills at bowling, et cetera, et cetera. So she's a great person to become a really good motorcycle rider with the right technique. Because you can have all the talent in the world, but if the technique's not right, it gets you pretty problematic. So that's Randy. First, we'll look at our bicycles, our practice bikes, and what we've done, and it's called moto style. We've flipped our brake cables, basically. So front brake is where? Good. So we've got our front brake on, and on this one we've made the rear brake into a clutch. On that one it's still the rear brake, so Randy will leave that alone, but she'll play with the clutch here. But this is front brake, and just where it should be on where it is on a motorcycle. So all of a sudden, by flipping and going moto style, you can practice these things literally every bicycle ride, riding down to breakfast, whatever you do. So our front brake is over here, and of course we don't have a throttle, especially if you see my legs. You know I don't have a throttle, but. So we won't mess with the throttle. We'll all work on braking, and anybody who's been up into the sport, certainly the Champ School, realizes the secret is the brakes. And as we approach corners faster this weekend, the corner will not magically change for us because of our added speed. We must bring our speed down to match the corner, and the best way to do that is not to roll off and hope you slow down, roll off and downshift and hope you slow down. Is to roll off, pick up your brakes, and guarantee you slow down. So all we're going to mess with Randy and anybody who wants to ride motorcycles with us on our ranch is the brake lever. So, where's the front brake?
Right here.
Good. Do we grab it?
No.
Why not?
Because it makes it stop too sudden.
Okay, good, good. And we'll do this at lean angle, and we'll start to see this. You'll see why Randy took the dirt bikes like that. So let's go take a look. Let's go out into the real world here and take a look. We'll start out here with our bicycles on very good, clean cement, and we will. The way we teach at Champ School, we actually want to go over the edge when we can and see what's on the back side of doing it incorrectly. So Randy and I will do things incorrectly, and then we'll smooth things out and get them right. Then we'll trade bicycles and put her onto an even better bicycle with a disc brake instead of a friction brake. So Randy, from when we first started with you a while back, a tire will take a tremendous load, but not a blank load. What's the blank?
Abrupt.
Abrupt. A tire will not take an abrupt load. So Randy, let's just you and I walk along here and grab the brake lever, and everybody will just see that back end jumping off the ground because we're just stabbing it, grabbing it, just stabbing it, grabbing it. And riders, the reason that'll hurt you so badly is because someday it won't be perfect pavement where the back tire just comes off the ground. It'll be gravel, which Randy will ride in just a moment. It'll be polished cement, which we have in there. It'll be a steel bridge while it's raining. Just pick your excuse. But in fact, what Randy and I were doing, if you think about our 100 points of grip video, we were grabbing 30 or 40 points. And because we're straight up and down, 0 lean angle points, all that was happening was back tire off the ground. So now Randy, let's make a turn and let's grab the brakes. And you can see now that we have lean angle points, mine slides right away. Now I'm in the gravel and it gets worse because now we have lean angle points. So as we look at this idea, we get the bike leaned over. Let's do it again, Randy. And lean it over even further and really grab at it. So really get this idea of why we hurt ourselves. We got it leaned over, we grab the brakes, and it skids. And we're down. In fact, we're down before we know it. We fall so quickly that we can't even tell what happens. And what are we doing? We're beating the weight transfer. We are beating, when we pull the brake on, the fork moves, it takes a load, look at the fork move, and then the tire increases its profile and contact patch, and we're not doing that. We're just grabbing at it and doing it. So now, let's scoot back again, Randy. Now, on two different motorcycles, two different riding levels, but on the same surface with about the same tire. Let's go ahead, get back in our lean angle, and let's smoothly stop our bike and see how we don't get the skid. So we're back in. Now we're putting the load in gently. And when we move to our next situation, you'll find out how lightly we have to brake. When you did the polished cement last time, how lightly were you braking?
Pretty light. I mean, yeah. But it was, with that one, it's more of a, it's a harder grip. I mean, on this one, it's a harder grip than that one.
Right, because we just don't have the brake pressure.
Yeah.
Right, with that, this one has, we have the overall brake pressure, we just don't have the brake immediacy of this disc. So are you saying you want to try this one?
Yeah.
Okay, go on. Okay, so we'll trade bicycles. And why are we doing this is because the further up the chain you climb on motorcycle quality, the finer your feel has to be. So now we're taking Randy off of a friction brake bike. That's fine, it's fine, it works fine, onto a disc brake that feels enormously powerful, yeah, doesn't it? So now we've got to get a good feel for it. So Randy, as we walk in here, and this is all the things we want you to do. As we walk into the garage, Randy, let's pull on some brake there, and push your bike against it. Hold your bike with the brake on. Now, without letting go of the brake completely, let your bike roll. Yep, and stop it again. Let it roll. We're still on the brakes. Stop it again. Let it roll. Still on the brakes. Stop it again. And we are getting that feel of being able to give away 1, 2, 3, 3.5 braking points, because now that we get into the polished cement, we're going to need that feel. Yeah. Okay, let's go try it. So now we're on to polished cement. And really what we're trying to do is encourage you to find these different traction situations so that you can completely get a complete refined feel at the front brake. And what we'll do, I mean, this is slippery. It's polished. It's not that clean. It's a little bit dusty. I don't know whose garage would be this dirty, but it is. And it's polished so that if you spill oil, you can wipe up the oil. That's why it's polished in a garage. So now, Randy, let's do the same thing. Let's pull our brake on, push your bike against your brake so it won't roll. Now let it roll. Brakes are still on. Stop it. Good. Let it roll. More, faster, 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 faster. Now stop it. Good. You feel it lock up. Mm-hmm. She's on a bike with disc brakes. She has to be smoother than that. Let's do it again. Rolling, 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 rolling. Stopping. There, we got it. Now she's starting to get that feel. Yeah. And it's you can learn this, can't we?
Yes.
We can learn this. We promise you can learn this. Let's go one more time. Rolling, roll. Stop. A little bit quick. I surprised her. She was a little bit quick. Not letting that panic. You're riding along with your brakes covered. You've probably noticed Randy has never taken her braking fingers off the brake lever. It can be this finger, it can be these 2 fingers, it can be these 3 fingers, it can be that finger if you want. Mm-hmm. You know, it's up to you. But Randy's in the habit of using 2 from riding with us on dirt bikes, so she's always got her 2 fingers up. This is called covering the brake lever. You're accelerating with your fingers up, her fingers up. When I said stop, her fingers were there, but she was a little bit too quick. Let's go again. Rolling with the brakes on and stopping. Good, good. Rolling with the brakes. Stop! A little bit quick. She's getting that feel. Rolling the brakes on. Stop! Now we're getting there. Let's take another look at something else. So now let's add lean angle points. And when we say points, we say percentage. Look up 100 points of grip on YouTube or on our Champ U, please, because now we've got lean angle points and braking points. We talk about a tire having 100% of traction, 100 points of traction. Now we're going to add lean angle points, and our braking points have to be even smoother. So let's take a look at this. Now we're going to be in a circle. In a circle. Let's go ahead and get in a circle. Leaned over. Grab your brakes. Grab them faster. When I say grab them, I mean grab them. Grab them. You see it slides away from us. Go again. In a circle, in a circle, in a circle. Grab it. And you see it sliding away because we are inputting our braking points too quickly. We maybe didn't put in too many braking points. We put them in too quickly. We beat the weight transfer. And this is exactly what can happen above us here in this canyon. We're riding down through a corner. We see the deer standing in the middle of the road. Let's make it worse. Let's make it 2 elk standing in the middle of the road. We're covering our brake lever. We have the ability to pull on that light brakes at lean angle in the middle of the corner and get the bike stopped before the elk. Go under gravel, pick your excuse. Well, we do that because we practice on our bicycles all the time. So what we were just doing by grabbing the brakes, we fall down immediately. We got to smooth that out. Good? Yes. Let's give it a shot. Now we're back in our circle. Let's do a nice stop. Good. Back in our circle. A little faster. Nice stop. Good. Really good, Randy. Really good. Nice circle. Stop. Ooh, I slid mine a little bit. Circle. Wait! Stop! She didn't panic. Really good. So now we've got lean angle points plus brake points. And if this gets us into trail braking, Randy is practicing her trail braking. She's practicing trailing off brake pressure as she adds lean angle. She's practicing mid-corner braking, which is what saves us. Not in simple 90-degree corners, riders. That's really not the places we're dying. In these long radius corners, which we have a lot of up here, long radius third and fourth gear corners, we're in that corner for a long time, and then the elk steps out, the car pulls out, pick your reason to have to brake at lean angle. And Randy, by practicing this, and Randy, you know, I know you're humble, but how much better have you gotten at this just even today, this morning?
A bunch.
It's amazing, isn't it? You were just too quick, fair to say?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep. So everybody, this is what you'll be fighting, and we didn't bring in another expert rider like myself to talk about this. We brought in someone brand new, realizing, wow, when you first got that bicycle, excuse me, you were locking it up everywhere.
Everywhere.
Why?
Just, I think that's how I was taught, you know, years ago.
Yep. Grab it.
Riding four-wheelers, you know, yeah.
Yep. Grab it, snap it, just the opposite. 'Cause when we have lean angle points, we don't have a lot of braking points available when we're on low grip situations. So let's move on to our next thing. Being able to stop mid-corner, being able to use your brakes at lean angle, it's vital, it's mandatory. And we can do it right away on a bicycle with a brand new, almost a non-rider basically, no license, etc. So what we'll have Randy do is she'll come down this hill, she'll go to her right of that piece of wood, and she'll stop with me. So she'll be forced to go to the brakes when she's nervous. You go to the brakes when you're nervous about making the corner, nervous about the dog running out, nervous about the car maybe pulling out in front of you. Go to the brakes, you're nervous, you have to tip in and come to a stop with me with her brakes on. Let's give it a try, Randy. How was it?
Was it good?
Yeah, it was just fine. This is your first time, so
yeah.
What did she do? She took it easy, right? It was easy to come down here, a million miles an hour, grab the brakes, flick it in, and crash your brains out. And I can't tell you how many people, maybe even watching this, had done that. They went to do their first ride or their first track day, and they crashed their brains out on the first lap, on a cold tire, etc. So now that she's got a feel for this, she can see, oh, okay, I came in here, I was smooth on my brakes. You go to the brakes when you're nervous. She went to the brakes when she's nervous. She didn't go to the brakes because I said go to the brakes, like over there. She went to the brakes when she got nervous about, man, am I going to make this? Yeah. Perfect. On a faster bike, riding faster, you'll go to the brakes sooner because you're nervous sooner. Perfectly fine. It's what all the best in the world do. And then she had to tip in and come be. On this next one, come down whatever speed you want, go to the brakes whenever you want, come and tip in a little bit closer to me. So you got to use a little more lean angle, and we're using front and rear brake. Fair to say? Okay. As much as you want, just gently, mostly front. Good? Okay. Okay, better and better. And you can see when you do it successfully, now you have a little confidence. You want to do it again? Yeah. Because if she crashed, would she want to do it again? No. If you put your daughter, your son, your cousin on a bike and you don't coach them at all and you throw them out there and they crash, they're done. They're done. And Coop, you and I were talking about this with your daughter. She had a crash and she was thinking about going home, and then she kind of got revitalized and went and did it some more. But crashes take it out of you. Yeah. And so this has been very successful so far. We're practicing. So now we're stopping our bike downhill on a gravelly corner with no problem?
No problem.
Want to do it again?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think?
I think it's done good.
Yeah, it is. And getting the brakes on, putting the load in, that builds confidence. Do you feel that?
I do.
Because maybe the scariest part is just before you brake.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay. Riders, just before you brake, the bike is accelerating on a motorcycle. You're pedaling on this. You're coasting. That's the nerve-wracking part. What builds confidence is pulling on the brake lever, and we say front, but rear as well, gently, lightly. But pulling on the brakes, and then all of a sudden you feel like someone's in control because someone is, correct? Yeah, yeah. And then how was it after you initiated brakes to get to here? How tough?
The lean angle was a little bit, yeah,
because you're not sure where the grip is, right? So a tire will take a tremendous load, but not a blank load. What's the blank?
Abrupt.
Okay, so if you all will realize that, the reason Randy's going to smooth the brake lever is because she doesn't want to break through the grip that she has on the gravel, because she's not sure where that is. But let's take that one step further. Why didn't she throw the bike into the corner? Because remember, grip is brake pressure plus lean angle, or throttle plus lean angle on a motorcycle, and adding any of those three, brakes, throttle, or lean angle, quickly will hurt you. So she guided the bike in here gently. You added lean angle gently because she knew any quickness burst through the edge of grip. And on a silly little bicycle, you feel better about things?
I do. I do.
Want to go riding more?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Let's go to one more thing. So let's finish this up with one more thing you can practice on your moto-style bicycle. On this one, because it has the friction brakes, we took all the rear brake out of it, just ran the adjuster here, just ran that adjuster all the way in, gave us a lot of slack. So this is now Randy's clutch. Did you struggle with the clutch on the dirt bikes, or how'd you do?
A little bit, yeah, in the beginning.
And just too quick stalling it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating, isn't it?
It is.
We're going to practice our clutch on our bicycle. I want you to know you can take the rear brake out of a hydraulic disc brake system like that one has, but you got to take the, just put an air bubble in the line. But we didn't do that. We just did it on this one. So she's got her front brake covered. She's riding in traffic, riding up in the mountains where there's deer jumping out. She's got her front brake covered, and now she's got her clutch lever in, and she's got her eyes up, and she's going to ride away. Now, just for practice, snap out your clutch, and the bike will stall because you're putting the engine together with the rear wheel too quickly. That's all the clutch does if you think about it. The engine is running, the rear wheel is waiting to spin, the chain is connecting them, the clutch is connecting them, and she snapped out her clutch lever, the clutch plate slammed together, and the bike stalled. So let's do it. Pull it in again. She's in first gear, her eyes are up, she's ready to ride away. Snap it out again, and the bike will stall. Just too quick with the clutch lever. Good? So pull it in, and without moving, let's just practice here. So the brakes are off, but she's covering. Let's get those eyes up. Let's take that clutch out over a longer period. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was really nice. That was really perfect, actually. So let's do it again. Clutch is in, you're in first gear, you're ready to roll away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Really nice. And we just slide that clutch out. Even at idle, we can do that on almost every motorcycle that I've ever ridden. We can ride the bike off at idle, and all because we practice this way. So now eyes up, clutch is in. We're going to walk forward as you let your clutch out. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Now as we come to a stop, pull your clutch in as we come to a stop. There we go. Good. If you don't pull your clutch in when you come to a stop, what happens?
It stalls.
Stalls again, doesn't it? and then your daughter rides by you, going like this, right? Remember that? And Cliff does too, and he makes fun of, so we don't do that.
We don't want that.
No, we don't want that. So eyes are up. We're in first gear. We maybe even double check it. Click, click. We're in first gear. Let's let our clutch over 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're riding. Clutch is out. We're riding. We're shifting. We're doing all stuff like that. And we're coming to a stop, and the clutch comes back in again. Good. That's great, Randy. So that's really what we wanted to do today. And you were nervous, weren't you?
Yeah, I was.
What's going to happen? How much am I going to have to talk? But it's a perfect example of why you turn your phone off when you do these things.
Could be MotoGP.
Yeah, it's not Lynn Jarvis. I mean, yes, it was. Lynn, I'm shooting right now. Can I call you back? The winglets? Yeah, I got the winglets ready. Okay, bye. Okay. So you did it. You were nervous, weren't you?
Yeah, I was.
She was nervous, like, how much am I gonna have to talk? But we wanted to replicate what you and Brooke did, and then the rest, I mean, you probably did this for what, 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the rest of the 3 or 4 or 5 days you rode here, how much fun?
Oh, tremendous fun.
It's good. It addicted you.
It's
didn't
rewarding.
Yeah. And you're looking for bikes now, and we're trying to talk Moneybags Cliff into buying your bike and all sorts of things. So now she got hooked on it, but it would have turned them both off if they would have grabbed the brakes, tipped over, and scraped their elbow, scraped their knee up, but ruined their jeans on the first motorcycle ride. So what we did was we put them on these bicycles, and we made them walk around. We made them do all these silly things. And Brooke and you guys came in on the gravel and stopped your bike, and we made them do that. And then, sure enough, when we got the motorcycles out, we made them push the bike with the brakes on and get a feel for smoothness, and always beating up on smoothness. So worth doing?
Very, very much so.
What helped you getting back to it after not riding for a while? What helped you in some of the things revisited? What stood out to you?
Probably the braking. I mean, learning how, because I had always just grabbed the brake, and I learned that it wasn't right.
Right. And that truly is literally what people told you, right? Grab the brake.
Yeah.
Grab the brake. You'll hear it even on TV. Not by the top commentators like Jason Pridmore and those racers. They will never say grab the brake. But you will hear other commentators say grab the brake. And Randy comes into that idea, grab the brakes. She grabs the brakes a couple times on a polished concrete floor and learns, I will fall down doing this.
Yeah.
And this is what we're chasing. To answer the question, how can I get better in less time? We hope this helped you. Champschool.com.